Let's listen to what Dana White had to say about Jon Jones at the White House, and then let's go through Jon Jones crying on Twitter non-stop about it. There's also a few other things I want to go through as well in this video where Dana White mentioned this about Jon Jones. He had a lot of other things to say that I'm going to go through at the end of the video, starting with this.
And Jon Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him like coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, you know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong.
Yes! Get rid of him. There he is. That's fat Dana White, back from the past, dude. He just gained 30 pounds on his face, and you can see the old Dana White on him. If only he was a little bit pinker for this moment, it would have been perfect. Dude, he actually said that about Jon Jones. He can't risk him in any big events. He can't risk him in any big spotlights. And as soon as he said it, a weight was lifted off of his shoulders. Look at young Dana White. Look at what I've just stopped this frame at here. You can see Dana White de-age himself by about 20 years, and there's that sparkle in his eye again. The type of sparkle that he only gets when he says, nobody's getting performance bonuses tonight. The type of sparkle that he gets when he says, Muhammad Makayev is cut from the UFC. That's the type of sparkle that we're seeing here from Dana White. This is the type of sparkle that Dana White gets when he's about to go off on Oscar De La Hoya. This is vintage Dana White back after that statement, and I hope it stays the same. Dana White's done with Jon Jones, dude. And you want to know why? Jones humiliated him for years. And Dana thought that Jones, after all of this, was actually going to fight Tom Aspinall, and that all of the humiliation would pay off in the end, and it didn't. It did not pay off at all. It made the UFC look bad. It made the UFC look pathetic. But also it made Dana look bad. And it made Dana look pathetic. And he's done. He's done with Jon Jones. And this was just after Jon Jones, after Dustin Poirier's retirement, by the way. Jones made it all about him fuck himself. Someone on Twitter, with Makhachev in their profile, tweets, way better than your BS retirement. Of course, Jon Jones, he can't help himself. He's hooked to social media. He has to respond to everything some random account says. So he can't help himself but reply to this and say, why the negativity? My last fight, I beat the greatest heavyweight of all time for a record-breaking 16 title fight wins. What the... Dude, he's such a bitch. Jones is such a bitch. How is this guy one of the greatest fighters of all time? Whatever you want to say about PEDs and roids, the dude's an absolute savage in the octagon. Why is he such a bitch? Straight up. Over a record-breaking 16 title wins, and I did it in my home state at Madison Square Garden. And if that wasn't my last time fighting, the next one will be at the White House at the biggest event in the history of our sport. Will it, John? Will it? Are you sure about that, Jon Jones?
Back and potentially winning that belt again, and you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, you know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There you go. So it looks like that's not going to happen, is it, Johnny boy? Okay? Looks like someone's not going to get their spot at the White House. Okay? And thank God Jon Jones is not at the White House. I made this joke earlier on the Mighty Guru show, which is out now. But thank God Jon Jones is not going to be allowed at the White House. Last thing we need is a first lady with a black eye and a busted lip. Okay? We really don't need that image. And I'm saying we like I'm American. Well, I don't think America needs the image of the first lady with a busted lip and maybe a broken arm from a Kimura attempt. I mean, Melania Trump right now is weaving and bobbing in the bathroom in the mirror, practicing for forever a day where Jon Jones would show up at that White House. Okay? She really is. She's working on striking. I think Ivanka's working on her Philly shell. But then again, Jones might throw elbows. So they're going over every possible circumstance. I think the Secret Service is there working on their strike and defense. I think Melania is actually working on a pretty mean sprawl right now, just in case there were to be an occasion where Jon Jones showed up to the White House. Okay? But either way, It's good to see Jon Jones's dreams crumble. He deserves this. I can't believe he's crying so much about, like, time for a record-breaking 16 title wins. Like, he has to big himself up to Dareman, some guy with Makhachev in his fucking thumbnail picture with 28 followers. It's a non-account. It probably got the 28 followers from this tweet, John. You're finding fucking bots on Twitter to respond to and to cry about. This is literally a bot account pretty much. Just freshly made for the reason of saying, I wouldn't even put this past me. Maybe this was me sleepwalking. Made a fake account on Twitter to get at Jon Jones during it. I don't know. But Jones just can't help it. And he's crying. And then also, he's not accepting that this is what Dana White said. So Dana White said he can't trust you to headline anything. Now we're going to go back and we're going to listen to exactly what Dana White said here, just so we can really disprove Jon.
Have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, you know how I felt about him. I can't.
First of all, you know how I felt about him. Don't act like this has been your take the whole time, Dana. You've been fucking guzzling him for the past however many years it's been. I don't like Dana sneaking in. You guys know how I felt about Jon Jones. No. We know what side you were on for the past year and a half. Don't try and twist it, Dana. I accept your absolute shutting the door and closing the chapter that is Jon Jones. I absolutely accept that. However, don't act like you've been this way the whole time, buddy. He's had you around on a leash for the past year and a half. So I don't like Dana saying, you guys know how I feel about him.
It's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, you know how I felt about him.
Either way, let's really focus on what Dana White says here just one more time for Jon Jones on Twitter.
I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah, especially the Whitehouse card.
Especially the Whitehouse card. So, and look at Dana, dude. And as soon as he says it,
Dana, just seeing.
Just like quite nervously twitching the microphone around his hands, all sorts. But either way, can't have Jon Jones in big positions. Can't risk it, especially not at the Whitehouse card. Daddy Dana done said he can't trust you to headline anything. That's actually not what he said. Again, another random account, 39 followers. A veteran. Thank you for your service. Okay? We appreciate you, brother. Not a guy who doesn't even follow me. These are randoms that are shitting on Jones. Okay? These aren't my soldiers on Twitter or anything. Daddy Dana done said he can't trust you to headline anything. That's actually not what he said. He said he can't afford for anything to go wrong. With you. Because of you. This is revolving around you. He didn't say he just can't afford for anything to go wrong. He just can't afford for you to be there because he can't afford for anything to go wrong. You are the factor that makes things go wrong in the UFC. Which is understandable. It's hard to commit to any athletes literally still a year out. So this is just, that was a broad stroke statement from Dana about any UFC fighter. Now, once Jones is done coping, he will cry about this for a giant paragraph. And we're going to get to that in a second. It's hard to commit to any athletes literally still a year out. Let's not twist words. My entire career has been a main event. Now, you've been the headliner for a long time. You've been the headlines of, more things than UFC cards. There's been a lot of headlines with Jon Jones. But that's just not true. Your entire career has been a main event, but your entire career has also been a bunch of cancelled main events, failed main events, entire events that nearly got cancelled and shifted to new locations. UFC 232, you versus Gustafsson in a rematch, shifted to an entirely different location because of you on PEDs. UFC 200, you were supposed to be the main event there. Why wasn't that a part of your career? Because you tested positive for PEDs. Other situation with the DC fight as well. You've had another main event overturned to a no contest. That's a terrible look for the UFC. They don't need that shit. And you've done that as well. How many more, John? How many more? You turned down Chael Sonnen on short notice. Chael Sonnen tried to fight Jon Jones way back when on short notice, and Jones cancelled the entire event because he didn't want to fight Chael on short notice. So actually, John, yes, your entire career has been a main event, but you're forgetting that the reason why Dana don't want you on the fucking White House card isn't because he don't want Melania Trump getting beaten up by you, because you can't fucking help yourself, you cunt. But you can't be trusted. Because yes, your whole career has been main events, but your whole career has been failed main events as well, and we can't fail the White House main event. So you can't be fucking trusted to be in that fucking house or in any position where things rely on you to happen. We just can't have that anymore in the UFC. Get rid of him. Anyway, would you still fight even if it's not on the White House card? I don't think so, but right now it's hard to say. This guy really recently announced his retirement, by the way. I'm just going to focus on staying focused, getting in the best shape, been fat for 3 years, and continuing to nail all the business that I already have on the table. I don't know if this guy on the... Then you've got this. After Dana White said what he said, and after Dana White deemed that he was done with Jon Jones, I heard the comments made at last night's press conference. While I was a little disappointed, coping and acting like it wasn't said, by the way, while I was a little disappointed, I'm still in the UFC's drug testing pool, staying sharp and continuing to train like a professional. By the way, Joe Rogan, he just doesn't even train. See this, Joe? Somebody show this to Joe Rogan real quick here, guys. We need to show that to Joe Rogan because he needs to see that Jones said that. Because Joe Rogan will read that, continuing to train like a professional, and then say, he doesn't even fucking train. Which is another video I fucking made about him. I'll be ready for whatever comes next. Nothing, mate. So you best be ready for fuck all. In a recent interview, I shared that the opportunity to fight at the White House gave me something deeper to fight for. A why that goes beyond paychecks or belts. Now remember, at first it was about paychecks and belts. But now he needs a deeper meaning now that Aspinall's the only thing left for him. Fighting for my country gives me a greater purpose. And there's one thing that Jon Jones has done. Listen, he was just out in Thailand. It's not far off Vietnam. He was terrorizing the locals over there, guys. Dude, Jon Jones is right by Vietnam, terrorizing the locals of that area. So, dude, he's, you know what, fighting for the USA. He's on track, you know. But you know, there's one thing that Jones has always wanted to do is to represent his country with pride and really put a good image out for them, and that's all he's lived his life by so far. So Americans are cocaine doing, wife beating retards that are gay. Is what I'm getting from this. The silver lining in all of this, look at him trying to find the fucking positive. The silver lining in all of this is knowing the fans see my heart. They see, yes, John, we see your heart. This is, and the fans really appreciate John for who he is. That's what the silver lining is here. What fucking imaginary fairy tale world is Jon Jones living in? The type of fairy tale that lets you take PEDs and become a world champ. Honestly, delusion makes sense for him. If anyone else got this free pass in life, they'd be delusional too. They'd have main character syndrome too. They see I'm ready and willing to take on anyone. Add something on the end there, John, because that bit's not true. To represent my country on a historic stage. He had to add that bit on because he's not ready and willing to take on anyone. That's what Jon Jones thinks the fans see. I know that seeing all of this is the fans see my heart. They see that I'm ready and willing to take on anyone. Okay. No, you're not. You've been bitched for the past year, just like you were bitched for 3 years when Ngannou was up next, just like you were bitched whenever Cain Velasquez is up next as well. You've bitched out of every tough matchup your whole career. Usyk's the fucking man, dude. Up to heavyweight, AJ twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice. Fuck it. Fuck it, dude. Usyk's such a fucking G compared to this fucking bitch. I swear to God. Either way. For me, it's never been just about the opponent. I'm chasing legacy. Something timeless. Something bigger than the moment. So for now, I'll keep grinding, stay patient, and stay faithful. To who? Oh, maybe Jesus. I don't know. So I don't know what John thinks he's doing. I'm ready to fight on July 4th. Independence Day. The day that the UFC will be independent from your bitch ass, and you'll be sitting on the sidelines watching while the real fighters compete. Thank you. Get rid of Jon Jones. Sick of hearing him crying on fucking Twitter the whole fucking time while Dustin Poirier was fighting. Get rid of him. It still annoys me that people are here like this. Jon spitting facts. If it ain't talking shit, it's facts. Also, remember when all the haters thought Jon wasn't going to do shit at heavyweight? Yeah, exactly. He still ain't done shit at heavyweight. He made it look easy. Like, the Jones fans are so fucking gay with him. But